fans, we're back here on Shaw Television with another great episode of Vancouver Island Pro Wrestling for you. I'm General Manager Jim Summers. With me, as always, Matt Carter. In our main event tonight, BJ Laredo is taking on Zakk Merrick. Now, we know those two have had some history in the past with everything that's going on with the uprising here lately on the island in VIPW. But, Matt, we got a great match to kick it off tonight. Nolan James and a mystery partner will be taking on TJ Harley and Sergeant Mike Everest of the Border Patrol. I'm sure the fans are familiar with their antics. Matt, what do you have to say about tonight's action?
Incredible stuff. Again, our main match featuring two former friends, weren't they? And both wrestlers from Nanaimo. Right. So again, we're at the Departure Bay Activity Center. A great hometown match here. And then again, Nolan James, looking forward to see who that mystery partner is, going up against the infamous TJ Harley and Sergeant Mike Everest. I expect more chaos on the border of chaos, shall we say.
Absolutely, always chaos when the Border Patrol is in town. Super interested to find out what Nolan James has up his sleeve for us for that mystery partner. And let's find out what Thomas Chow has up his sleeve in the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, the team of TJ Harley and Sergeant Mike Everest. And guys, you have a big tag match tonight.
Huge tag match. Huge tag match. And you know, I was on my way here. I flew in from New York, I hit the airport, I come out, I'm in the lineup, checking through security, and I find my man here. And we have this look. We look at each other's eyes. He looks deep, deep, deep into my eyes. And we know that we got a connection. We got a man-on-man connection, a hetero connection, unlike any other throughout all of VIPW. And that is why we became, in the last 15 minutes, the ultimate tag team of VIPW. And that is Jaw and Order.
I got a question for all you TV viewers out there. If the island's watching VIPW, then who's watching the island? Jaw and Order, that's who.
Well, here we have the music of the Border Patrol, of course, playing familiar to fans for VIPW at home. But Sergeant Mike Everest, without his usual partner, Nick Pesky, by his side tonight, being accompanied here by the ever-notorious TJ Harley for this contest.
Like I tell you, Jim Summers, I'm really looking forward to kicking off today's broadcast with a tag team match. These two here, maybe not used to battling together on the same team, to see what they can bring to this match. What are you expecting to see from these guys?
Well, it's absolutely true there. You know, not used to tagging with each other, but Sergeant Mike Everest, of course, a veteran of those ring wars, particularly in tag team contests, so he's definitely going to have a lot of experience to bring to the table there. And then TJ Harley, I mean, no stranger to the squared circle, no stranger to tag team competition, and these two, they seem to be pretty on the same page already.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time is Nolan James. Now, Nolan, you've got a big tag team match, and the fans want to know, will you tell me right now who your mystery partner will be?
You want to know who my mystery partner is going to be?
I do.
Oh, mama, you're going to have to wait and find out.
There you have it, folks. We're going to have to wait to find out.
Proving that you can't go wayward here from Sayward, Nolan James coming out to great applause here at the Departure Bay Activity Center. Jim Summers, what can you tell me about Nolan and who's he wrestling with?
Well, I mean, you know, of course, incredibly popular with the fans here in Nanaimo, incredibly popular with the fans all up and down the island. This young man, Nolan James, has been an incredible success story so far here in VIPW. And you can see the younger members of our audience just absolutely love him, get behind him. The pride and joy of Sayward, BC, one of the quickest rises I've seen from a competitor here in the independent wrestling circuit, Nolan James. Oh my, Matt Carter, business is about to pick up big time, as they say.
Jim Summers, who do we have coming into the ring?
Wrestling personified himself, Impact EO, Eddie Osborne is on his way to the ring, and it looks like him and his old compadre, Nolan James, of course, trained by Eddie Osborne in Campbell River at the Pure Wrestling Academy, and it looks like these two are back on the same page, so to speak, here in VIPW. I did not see this coming at all, Matt.
Unbelievable. See them back again, and look at Eddie there, just braving up to the crowd. Oh Oh my goodness, so I'm seeing a real power wrestler here from Eddie Osborne. We get some more speed coming from Nolan James, I would assume?
Oh, definitely we're going to see speed out of Nolan James. And I mean, don't be surprised, though, if you see some speed out of Eddie Osborne as well. He's a big man, but he can definitely move inside of that ring.
Despite that, again, even though they may be proud by spirit, I'm calling a victory here for TJ Harley and the Sergeant, Mike Everest. I just think they'll be pushed forward as the new teammates here to really bring this match to their side. Is that a fair thing to say, Jim Summers?
Oh, yes, definitely, I would say so. I mean, here we've got Eddie Osborne and Nolan James teaming for the first time officially here in VIPW, I believe. But I mean, the last time we saw Eddie Osborne here, he was aligned with Father Juan, of course, who you know from the start of the uprising here in VIPW. I mean, the fans here definitely shocked to see Eddie Osborne on the same side as Nolan James, and frankly, so am I.
All right, there's already a quick tag in here, getting Eddie Osborne into the match.
Oh, and just pie-facing TJ Harley there.
I don't know. To me, that's a classic case of a little overconfidence. I think Harley went down pretty easy.
And TJ Harley wants no part of Eddie Osborne now, electing for the early tag and sending Sergeant Mike Everest in. Back elbow by Osborne. He's whipping him off those ropes and carrying him over with a big slam.
There's no way he was going to pin him that early. No way at all.
You know, I thought he was going to go for the cover, but Osborne is a veteran here. He knows it's too early in the match for that. He's just going to tag Nolan James in, and this is what it's all about, folks. You make quick tags. You isolate one man. And a pie face from Nolan James as well. Learning the tricks of the master there, the young student, the protege, if you will, Nolan James, learning quickly from Eddie Osborne.
All right, time to fire up the Harley. Harley back into the ring. What does he got?
Went for that big spinning lariat, ducked by Nolan and into an atomic drop there. And a reverse atomic drop as well. And definitely some pain being felt in the nether regions of TJ Harley. Look at the elevation on the drop kick by Nolan James, and then the huge step up leg drop.
There were some Fred Savage groin pains in there, I think.
Oh, that would cause anybody some serious groin pain, possibly even a herniated disc with that original atomic drop, the way he just drove him down on the base of his spinal column there. And Nolan James now taking chase.
Flowing locks here around the outside of the ring.
Oh! And
Sergeant at arms.
just laid out by Mike Everest there.
Let's take a look at that again outside of the ring.
Oh, just devastating the way he cuts his head off with that lariat there, bringing the other arm around for extra momentum, just swinging his whole body into it. And this crowd in Nanaimo getting on the case of TJ Harley here.
No, they're saying TJ Socks. TJ Socks, I'm pretty sure. He has nice socks on, good footwear.
You can't even see his socks with the boots on, man. I'm pretty sure we all know what the fans are saying.
I know that turnbuckle's saying, do that again.
Oh, and a stiff forearm as well from TJ Harley. Eddie Osborne getting the fans in Nanaimo here behind Nolan James. Eddie Osborne's hungry to get back into this contest now. And Nolan James may be in trouble here. It looks like Mike Everest and TJ Harley have taken control of this match. Look at them just cutting the ring in half now, trapping Nolan over there in no man's land. This is not a good place to be right now for the young man Nolan James.
It's too bad to see TJ trip there over Nolan's face there. Obviously an accidental maneuver. Get a little stunned, a little dizzy when you're in the middle of the ring.
Matt, there was nothing accidental about that. He stepped on the man's throat, okay?
No, he tripped.
You are aware that the fans at home can see the action as well, right?
We're on TV?
That's right, man.
We're on TV. Sorry, yes.
Snapmare out of the corner there now. Mike Everest getting some momentum out of that other corner and coming through with a huge shoulder block to the mouth of Nolan James. Just taking him out right in the chops.
Everest showing he is all the mountain that he's been named after. I guess you can name your last name after something. Great hold on there. All right, TJ Harley. See, look at those socks. Nice socks.
Just isolating him there in the corner, driving that fist into the abdomen while he was in that abdominal stretch.
Nolan, on the ground, he's rolling.
Nolan James struggling to get to his feet right now is what he's doing. He's reaching desperately for that corner with Eddie Osborne. Oh, and just brought over though. Big fisherman suplex by TJ Harley. A quick cover. Only
Back down
a 2
again, this
count.
could be it. That's a 3 count combined. 2 plus 1.
It doesn't work that way, Matt.
Oh, does it? Oh, sorry. All right, let's take a look at that last body slam here.
All right, here he is, fisherman suplex, lifting him up and over. Devastating impact, of course, on the neck and the upper back area of Nolan James. Is crushing him there.
Eddie Osborne trying to get into the match, but he's just being a glorified cheerleader at this point. Trying to get the crowd riled up and cannot get back in the ring.
Look at the way that TJ Harley just toying with Nolan James there. You know, he stretches him out like that, and then he just drills that elbow right into the neck, right where the neck meets the shoulder area. You know, possibly separating some vertebrae there, really doing some permanent damage. You know, both TJ and Mike Everest, couple of pairs of big back elbows there off the whip into the ropes. Pardon me. This action's so fast it's hard to keep up sometimes, Matt.
I just shivered at that forearm shiver. That was something else. I'm not really sure how Nolan James can possibly. I don't know why he's not taking Eddie Osborne into the match.
Well, he's trying to, Matt.
I would debate that.
Eddie Osborne is reaching desperately, and now there was a tag. Eddie Osborne should be the legal man, but it looks like senior referee Tim Chason didn't see it. Oh, come on, and then a fake tag behind the referee's back by TJ Harley and Mike Everest. This is just despicable.
I still like the socks.
I don't know what his socks have to do with his behavior, and right now his behavior is disgusting, Matt.
Oh no, they were on his shoes. Some great technical kicks there. Very well executed by TJ Harley and the Sergeant at Arms there, Mike Everest. I just think it's nice for the referee to let the two of them work together again as a new tag team.
Well, you know, they do have 5 seconds at the point of the tag to get the legal man in the ring and the other man on the apron, but I definitely think that the referee's being a little liberal here with those 5 seconds.
Well, there's a lot of liberal folks out here in this part of the world.
Well, I mean,
I voted NDP myself.
You definitely can't blame them for having a hard time keeping control in a match like this. I mean, anything can happen in a tag team contest, and when it breaks down, sometimes it's really hard for the referee to maintain any semblance of control when you've got animals like TJ Harley and Mike Everest out there in the contest.
Strange animals indeed, but again, kings of the animal kingdom as we've seen so far in the match. Really overpowering Nolan James, and again, speaking of animals, some great loud animals in the crowd as well. Really loving this match, and like you said, where it's going. Unpredictability of it, what is this?
Nolan up and over now, looking for a roll up there. Bit of an attempt at a sunset flip, but it was stalled by Everest, and now TJ Harley assisting him there. Oh, and it backfired on him, just whipped up and over there by the momentum as Nolan James completed the roll-up, and their arms were still linked, both men going for the ride. And Nolan James finally tags in Eddie Osborne. Here we go, folks. This is what Wrestling Personified looks like.
Oh man, Harley and Everest have got to get their act together here. They are just getting owned by Eddie Osborne, freshly back into the ring.
I thought he was going to look for that River City driver, but he just dumps him up and over. Oh! Good Lord, right on the neck of Mike Everest.
throwing them around like my grandma throws around stacks of potatoes.
Well, I don't know what your grandmother has against potatoes, but it certainly looked painful.
Smashed potatoes. This her thing for Thanksgiving. Anyways, back to the match.
That actually sounds delicious. Invite me over for Thanksgiving sometime. But Eddie Osborne bounced off the apron here.
Looks like he ate some stuffing from the looks of things.
Well, Nolan James is in trouble again, and his turkey could be cooked in a minute here if Eddie Osborne doesn't get things under control.
Exactly. TJ Harley doing some big damage, and the gravy coming from Sergeant Mike Everest here. The shove! The pinball shove, releasing Harley right out of the ring.
Oh, and Nolan just spinning him around there. That blue thunder bomb he likes to use so much, and finally, yes, 1, 2, 3.
How can the two of them do a hold like that and win the match? How is that even possibly legal?
Well, it happened, man. I believe that Tim Chason only saw one of the men covering him during the pinfall there is what happened. I think he had his eyes on Nolan James, and with the angle that the referee was at, he clearly missed Osborne getting involved, but...
I don't know. I know the crowd is really on your side and really digging this, but that's some shoddy refereeing there. And you can see here, Harley and Everest not happy about how things have turned out.
Well, I don't think any referee could have kept that match under control.
My guest at this time, Zakk Merrick.
BJ Laredo, you fell for my plan, sink, line, and hooker. And let me tell you, is that not how they say it?
No.
Never mind then. Don't worry about that. The fact of the matter is, you and all of your Nanaimo Nimrods fell for my plan, and you're just like puppets in my hands. And tonight, my next phase of that plan is gonna unfold.
Well, you know, we're only here on our third week of VIPW on Shaw TV, and I'm already a little sick of seeing these guys come out here together for every contest they're involved in. Zakk Merrick clearly taking the coward's road here, choosing to bring out the entire uprising with him once again for this contest.
Zakk Merrick, once a great friend of yours, now an enemy. Your thoughts?
My thoughts? Zakk, you turned your back on me. Worst of all, you turned your back on the people of Nanaimo. These people are my people. I'm about to teach you a lesson in the ring that you're never gonna forget.
And definitely Zakk Merrick is going to have his hands full here in this matchup. He has an extremely angry BJ making his way to the ring right now.
I got to admit, it doesn't surprise me at all that BJ will be angry in his last match, May 26th. Actually lost in a tag team match. He's going to want to redeem himself. I don't know how much chance he's going to have to do it, though. But there's been a bit of a beef between him and Zakk Merrick, his opponent tonight, hasn't there?
Oh yes, definitely some history here between these two. I mean, they're both from right here in Nanaimo. You know, they started off as great friends, of course. BJ Laredo opening up the door for Zakk Merrick to step foot in this business in the first place, and must feel like that knife in his back is still pretty fresh as Merrick chose to align himself with the dastardly father Juan Valdez and form this new group, the Uprising, that we've seen just taking over VIPW wrestling here in the past couple of weeks.
I think the main event here is going to show us the Uprising has risen up. I'm expecting great things from Zakk. Completely a very fast wrestler. I think he'll be able to run circles around BJ Laredo. I know the crowd sounds like they're on BJ's side right now, but by the end of the match, I tell you, they'll be screaming Zakk Merrick's name. I'm sure of it.
Well, don't be surprised if BJ Laredo keeps the pace right up there as well, because boy, can he move for a big man, and I'm sure our fans at home can see he is in the best shape that he has been in. Clearly working hard in the gym lately, BJ Laredo. And there's the results, that power that he just overpowers Merrick with early here in this match.
Again, there's Juan Valdez, Father Juan Valdez, distracting BJ Laredo. I'm sure offering some great advice on how to take the fellow Nanaimoite down.
Well, this referee's definitely going to have his hands full with all of the members of the Uprising out here at ringside. I mean, I guess here to offer moral support for Zakk Merrick, I guess you'd probably say, Carter.
I could do that. Who do we have over there? Another member of the Uprising come up. They don't have to even get into the ring as long as they keep distracting BJ Laredo like this. he may not be able to keep focused on his opponent.
Well, yes, indeed. It was Eli Surge on the outside there, getting the better of Laredo that time. You can see the mind games from the Uprising coming into play early here. They want to definitely break the concentration in Laredo. But once again, you see the power of Laredo. Just too much for Merrick to deal with. Oh, and Icarus tries to get involved too and gets a nice stiff lariat to the throat for his efforts. Eli Surge upended into the ring as well by Laredo. Another huge lariat. A back elbow. Laredo's going to take on the whole Uprising by himself, folks. He doesn't care.
See, I'm okay with that. The Uprising right now is going to be tiring BJ Laredo out. Just come in, distract him.
Well, you know, I've been speaking with Laredo, and he's been working in the gym on his endurance first and foremost, and I definitely think that that is going to come into play in this match as he has to endure the oncoming onslaught from all the members there. But oh my goodness!
Flies through the ropes!
Laredo flies. Suicide dive onto every member of the Uprising. Just incredible.
Someone's got to tell BJ Laredo this is wrestling, not bowling.
Well, Zakk Merrick is tailing it for the hills now. He's had about enough of Laredo, and Judas Icarus just got his head taken off.
Oh, no, don't do that to Father Juan Valdez.
Do it!
No! BJ Laredo beating up an old man down there.
That's called justice, Matt.
Just ice, that's what I put in my drink.
Oh, Merrick, though, now taking advantage.
A meaty knee into the chops of BJ Laredo there. The smaller wrestler throwing him down. I'm seeing a bit of a comeback here.
Oh, yeah, Merrick definitely taking this advantage into hand now. I mean, oh, look, what is he doing here? Distracting the referee as well.
No, probably sharing some recipes, sharing some good old stories. Doesn't slow him down. Look at this. The Zakk attack back on the ropes. Father Juan Valdez gurgling at BJ Laredo, it appears.
Well, I mean, the referee there with the 5 count, Merrick soaking up every second of it that he can. And now just driving that boot into the windpipe of Laredo, just crushing the larynx, the ability to breathe, of course, being taken away once again.
I call it a throat coat. A nice throat coat.
I call it illegal is what I call it. Now the referee's back, turned once again. It's a blatant choke, Carter, is what it is.
Oh no, the only choke job here will be Laredo if he can't win this match. Much bigger than his opponent. He really should take this, but
don't count him out
Merrick,
yet. I mean,
he's fired up.
Absolutely, Merrick is fired up, but I mean, so is BJ Laredo. He's only getting angrier by the second, in my opinion, and I wouldn't count him out yet. Look at that. That is that veteran ring awareness from Laredo, you know. Even with the assault that he's taken so far in this match, he knows where he is in the ring, and he has the wherewithal to get that foot on the bottom rope, breaking the referee's count. And the crowd here in Nanaimo, I mean, it's a hometown crowd for both fans, but it's certainly not a mixed reaction here for these two men. The fans are firmly behind Laredo here in this contest.
A flying drop kick, very impressive. Could this be the end there after that?
I was going to say as well, picture perfect drop kick by Merrick. You know, I'm not impressed by the tactics of these men. It's not to say that I don't think that they're all fantastic in-ring competitors. Eli Surge, Zakk Merrick, and of course Judas Icarus, they all, you know, bring something fantastic to the table here in VIPW. It's not that I'm not impressed with, Carter, by any means, but it's these shenanigans, if you will, the need to have all of your buddies out here at ringside. Whatever happened to just standing up and fighting your own fight, Matt?
Oh no, I think that's just the way. Their team. If the referee's not able to stand in there and help out the wrestler, you know, that's just on the officiating. I think it's an absolutely solid strategy by the Uprising here. Again, making their name at Vancouver Island Pro Wrestling.
Oh, and a solid steel post to the cranium of BJ Laredo there on the outside by Eli Surge. looked like Merrick was going for maybe a rear naked choke there on Laredo, but Laredo able to roll out, not get the legs wrapped around the midsection, keep some freedom there, but it is a very tight side headlock there by Merrick. Oh, and you can just see the grimace on Merrick's face as he just puts all of his weight into it, just wrenching as hard as he can down on the sides of the head, crushing the skull of Laredo. But now look at the power of the big man. Oh, that's typical Zakk Merrick indeed. A couple of handfuls of hair.
That's using your head, exactly. He called it. An intellectual as well as a great wrestler, Zakk Merrick is.
Well, once again, Carter, you call it a smart move on his part. I call it cheating, and I'm sure most of the fans here in Nanaimo would as well. And they are fired up. They are ready for BJ Laredo to get back into this matchup. But can he do it?
It's looking right now. It's a Merrick made in heaven. Great Cole there over the neck. What? Laredo's standing up.
Just absolutely jacking Merrick back there with that chin crusher. And then laying in with a lariat and a back elbow as well. Hoisting him up for a big slam here. Oh, and just drilling him into the mat.
Like Father Juan Valdez, let's get some coffee beans into Zakk Merrick here really quickly.
I don't think all the coffee in the world could make Merrick up after that one.
Oh, nice boot there. Yep, turn around, referee.
Oh, so close once again to a 3 count. I mean, I wouldn't have known whether to pencil that down as a win for Eli Surge, but let's take another look at this massive body slam by BJ Laredo. I think the whole building shook with that one.
Oh, what is this? There you go, the referees. Yep,
Oh,
seeing
come
BJ
on,
with the
this
chair.
is ridiculous.
No, absolutely not
No,
fair
this
play
is
at all.
this is just awful. I can't even
Good call
believe
from
this.
the officials. Look at that, BJ Laredo with the chair. Not the completely unfair in this kind of match.
See, once again, the mind games, the numbers games of the Uprising coming into play there. I mean, Laredo just left stunned in the center of the ring.
I can't honestly say this is a popular decision for the crowd here, judging by the response. But again, brain over brawn. Zakk Merrick. Again, he's been haunting BJ Laredo for a while, and you can see why. Effective wrestler, and the Uprising once again making their mark on Vancouver Island Pro Wrestling.
Well, I don't like the way the match ended, but let's take a look at how we got there. I mean, BJ Laredo just taking out every member of the Uprising in succession here, dumping Zakk Merrick over the top rope like a pail of used water. Oh, and just reefing on the ropes there, choking him out. I mean, the referee had so much to try to keep under control here in this one that it was just impossible. But I mean, I will give Merrick kudos on a picture-perfect drop kick there. I mean, Laredo tried to get his way back into this competition time after time, and you see how he just keeps getting cut off. I mean, that chin crusher was absolutely incredible. Huge body slam by Laredo, but then of course the fake out by Merrick with the chair there. Matt, tell them where they can check us out online.
Absolutely, yeah. Check out Vancouver Island Pro Wrestling VIPW on Facebook. Just search on the Facebook page there. You get information on your wrestlers, of course, on all the upcoming events, results from all the matches as well, and information how you can get tickets and come to the next match as well. Wonderful resource. And again, a big thank you to the fans here in the Departure Bay Activity Center, and for you folks watching at home as well.
Absolutely. A big thank you to the folks at Shaw TV. They do a great job capturing all the action here. But of course, there's no way to experience it like coming on live to a VIPW show. Come on down and enjoy all the action. Thank you for tuning in, and catch us again next week right here on Shaw TV.